And here's how I cracked 3D marketplaces.
FBI, open up!
Interesting. So today I'm gonna show you a 3D AI tool that will take your job. I sell 3D assets for a living. This is not a hobby for me, and this is my production pipeline, my income, and my daily work. And like every 3D artist, I constantly looking for ways to make my pipeline faster. You know, just a little cheat this system. Over the last months, I've tested almost every popular 3D AI generator. I even tried Hanyon. And honestly, most of them look really good until you start working with the mesh. Broken topology, messy UVs. Textures are incredibly bad. Even when the topology looks production ready, it isn't. But what really matters to me is getting one thing: a solid AI generated base scan from an image. That's it. That's all I actually need right now. A good foundation for further manual refinement. And recently, I found a tool that genuinely surprised me. So go to YVO3D.com, and here we are on their website. On the homepage, they showcase some of their results, and honestly, it looks very, very good. But I'm not that easy to impress. I'm a big skeptic, and I like to test everything on the battlefield. So let's put it to the test. Let's move to the workspace. This is what the menu looks like. But before continuing the testing, I should mention that I prepared several images to test different types of geometry. To better understand the AI's performance, I want to test organic and hard surface models. All of these images were created using Nano, and they are high resolution, 4K, with good detail, a monster, a pizza, a mask, and a weapon. The exception is the hoodie photo. This is a real photo from an old photogrammetry project, very high quality, and it was important for me to test how the AI works specifically with images like this. When working with AI, it's worth using the highest quality source image possible. Let's move on to testing the service. At the bottom, there's a menu where you can generate 3D models from a text prompt, from an image, or upload existing models. The last option is for texturing or improvements, but I didn't use it. It doesn't interest me. What I'm interested in is generating a 3D model from an image. We upload the image and start with the mask. There are 3 mesh detail levels here. I select the maximum because I'm focused on quality. There's also a texture workflow block. This AI service clearly puts a big emphasis on textures, and you can even generate 8K textures. This costs credits, but I'm curious to see the results, so we enable it. Here are some options. Let's see. Adjust how close the textures adhere to surface geometry. Okay, let's try it. Next, unlead textures. Remove the lights and shadows from the textures, leaving it diffused. I got it what it is. Let's leave it for now. Okay, next, inside-out texturing. A new texturing system that textures the entire model without leaving in-painted, blur, and untextured regions. Okay, it's cool. Let's enable it. Retexturing doesn't interest me. We'll leave everything else as is. So, maximum settings, image uploaded, we click generate. I'll upload all the images one by one, generate the models, and come back with the results. All the models are ready. In the preview, you can switch between textured and non-textured models, but that doesn't really matter. I've already downloaded all the models, and let's take a look at them in practice. We open them in Blender. Oh, look at these details. This is actually a very, very good result. I like how the AI processed the images and which details it preserved. The hoodie has some bugs, but they are easy to clean up. The result is very strong. The mask looks great. Yeah, there are artifacts, but for generating from a single image, this is impressive. The pizza turned out great, no complaints. And the pistol is also quite good, especially in terms of detail. Now the textures. The pizza textures are genuinely good. You could use them straight away without any further work. The mask isn't perfect, but as a base for further work in Substance Painter, it's totally fine. The hoodie textures are average. You know, it's easier to make a clean texture manually here, especially since there are some blurry areas. The monster, by the way, turned out very nice in terms of textures. I would take this as a base with minimal tweaks. So I'm definitely adding this AI tool to my pipeline. It genuinely delivers strong results. What will AI take through the artist's job? No, what it will do is speed up the easiest stage of production. It gives you a solid reference, a strong starting point for refinement. Remember when we had to wait hours for a single render? I used to work in 3ds Max with Corona Render, and one image could take an entire night. Now I work in Unreal Engine, and it's real-time render, instant feedback. Characters, before months of facial modeling, and now sliders, and you have a realistic human and metahuman. But somehow there's no less work, because there are still countless details AI can't handle. Fixes, modifications. Anyone who's worked in 3D for years knows exactly what I mean. AI gives you something generated, but what makes it production ready is still your hands. I imported the generated mesh into ZBrush and within minutes cleaned up the scan and did their topology. Of course, after that you still need to create UVs, materials and integrate everything into Unreal Engine, etc. But this video isn't about that. Honestly, the current results are already impressive. This technology will dramatically accelerate production workflows. Repetitive tasks will fade, but creative direction and taste will become the real advantage. AI won't replace artists. Artists who use AI will replace those who don't. And here's how I cracked 3D marketplaces.
FBI, open up!